Let's show them what we do. Let's show them what we do. You like that, right? You push, push, push. Attaboy. Then I let them win a little bit, and I push back. This is what they like. This is how they learn. This is how they play with each other. And he'll keep pushing back. He will not stop, especially a boy. All right, good boy. Good boy. He loves it. This is like a dog with a bone. They love this. He'll push and push all day long. See how he puts his head down? He wants to push. He wants to ram. That's what he wants to do. And that's how goats play, and that's how they fight. But this is how they learn. This strengthens their neck. But you have to be careful when they're full grown, because they will come up to you when you don't expect it and hit you in the back if you allow them to get away with that. So they have to know when playtime is and when it's not. So it's hard to do that when they're real little. But this is very good for them without hurting them. Let them push. It strengthens their neck. Right? What do you think? You going to come up here? Huh? Yeah. You like that. And they love their little horns where their horns are going to grow. They love that rubbed, scratched. They love it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Attaboy. Attaboy. Very affectionate, this one. They don't stay that way, though. Not the boys, anyway. The girls might be a little more affectionate sometimes, but the boys, not very much. I have one that's kind of affectionate, but for the most part, he'll play with you, though. And he'll come up when you got food. But the girls actually seek attention. They'll come up and put their head up against you and rub their face all over you. I go through more genes. Oh my goodness. Yes, I know. Oh my goodness. And when I give them this formula, it's got to be 98, 100 degrees, somewhere around there. They don't like it otherwise. They'll spit it out. So it has to be comparable to mom's milk. They got a sweet spot right here, just like dogs do. Right here, they love it. And this one's chewing on my elbow. See? So this one can't get enough. And you get that sweet spot. They love it. And you see that little tail wagging? Just like with any other animal, when that tail's a wagging like that, that tells you they like what you're doing. And they love being groomed. So if you just take your hands and you use the tips of your fingers, and they'll probably go over there and hit moms. Now that thing right there, that udder, was about 6 times that size. I shit you not. She's been on antibiotics for a week to get that down. It still doesn't produce a whole lot of milk, that one, but the other one does, but there's 2 of them. So the problem is that the male, the one I just had up here, is more dominant, so he seems to get a lot more milk. He weighs probably 50% more than the female does. Now, right now, they're wanting to rest, but I still have to go over there and give her a little bit more formula. She'll fight me. I got this towel on my lap, which doesn't make a whole lot of difference because it soaks right through. But so far this morning, I went through this much. Usually I go through half that much this early in the morning. So they're growing up. They're drinking. Mom's happy. She's been very sick. She feels a lot better a week into this. Now, she's probably going to lay, if you see what she's doing, she's trying to lay real close to them. She's trying not to hurt herself by laying on the milk bag there. So she's very careful how she lays down, to the right, to the left. She's just trying to find a comfortable spot so she could put her face right up with them to let them know, okay, mama's here. Another problem we have here is keeping these freaking flies off them. So I'm going to get something today, some fly tape or something. These fly bags seem to work, but they also attract a lot of flies too, which is supposed to, doesn't, you can't trap every freaking fly, and there's 3 of them. I got another pen over there and another one over there, plus I got ones ready to deliver, which is what freaks me out. I can't really leave the house. So I got to leave for 6 hours today. It's unavoidable. And while I'm gone, if one of them has a baby, I just have to trust she's going to do the right thing and get the afterbirth off their face first. so that they can breathe, and she'll clean their faces off. It doesn't always happen. For the most part, it does. She licks the afterbirth off, and the baby's trying to blow it out at the same time, so that they don't suffocate the placenta. If you're there to catch them and you can wipe their face off right away and pick them up and then put them right back down next to the mother, it's always helpful. They appreciate it. One of the first things the baby sees is you and their mom, so they kind of equate you as a good person. If you do that and they completely have their babies away from you, their babies will take a lot longer to warm up to you. If it's one of the first things they see, or, I try to be there for the births if I can, because in this case there's a problem with the delivery, they come out breech or something like that, I have to do something emergency. So what you want to see when they're first coming out is you want to see their hooves and their head coming out, like a little point. You'll see their little nose coming out, and you see the hooves coming out in front of them, and then the back legs follow afterward. If you see anything other than that, that's very serious and usually deadly for the mother. If you can't, the uterus isn't that big. It's not easy to turn them around in there. There's no way to do an episiotomy unless you're a vet. The best you can do at that point is try to save the babies, if you can, or baby. If you get lucky, maybe you can get them turned around. If I'm ever in that situation, I'm going to do the best I can to get my hand in there and get the body where I can feel the head and get it turned around. And try to, you can't really pull it out. You're going to still have to let it kind of slide out and deliver. I'd say it's about a 50-50 shot, maybe 60-40 against you. I'm no expert. I'm just a guy that kind of learned as I went, so good times, bad times. All right, we're going to give him some more food here. It's hard to videotape that. We'll see if I can. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing, mister? You got to let mom lay down. We'll see. I need a tripod, that's for sure. I'm supposed to have one for work anyway. All right. Hopefully this is still warm enough. Whoops, we got a leak. Let's see. Are you going to behave yourself and give me a shot? There we go. Let's get that mouth open. One of the things they do is they grind their teeth when they're not very happy. Babies do it a little bit out of habit. This one's drinking a little bit, but she'll hold it in her mouth and try not to swallow it if it's not warm enough, or if she just doesn't feel like eating. So, but I do, because she's so skinny, I do a little more on the, encouraging, maybe forceful side. I move the bottle around a little bit, and I just let it kind of run into her mouth. It's got a little vent on it, so it's letting a little bit out at a time, and I make sure that I can feel with my fingers that she's actually swallowing it. And then she moves her head out of the way, and then she makes me start all over again. But if she really starts shaking, now if you heard that, she was grinding her teeth. She's not very happy, so maybe this stuff cooled off a little too much, or she's just getting full. Then I encourage her to swallow by moving the bottle around a little bit. I want to get her belly full because I know I got to leave for 5 or 6 hours later. So I want to make sure she's completely full. All right, so now we're down to about half a bottle. He's going to get what he wants. Come on. Come on. You ready? Come on, let's get yours. All right, I know. You're much better. You're much more receptive. All right, you ready? You ready? I wish you would just latch on to it. Oh, yeah, that ain't going to happen. Oh, yeah, attaboy. Yeah, I know. That belly's getting full. You were able to get mom's one working teeth to work, right, buddy? All right. And hang this towel up. Go change my jeans for the second time today. And I'm, leaving this chair in here. They like to lay underneath it, so it's really not hurting anything. But it does kind of not let mom get 100% close to her like they want to. So what I'm going to do is fold it up in the corner because I want to encourage her to be face to face with them all the time. And if they're hiding underneath the chair, it's kind of hard to do that. It's just force a habit. They like to feel secure. You know how like cats like to feel secure in a box? All right, guys, you know what time it is. I actually got to leave today. I'm going to put some more water in there, too. I always make sure she has 100%. She's got a salt block. Most of them have a food block in there. There's a food block out there. They like that. And I got to let the other goats in this area right here so that they can see one another because they are definitely herd animals. And this one's trying to get out already. So that's it for now. So